All right, we are back with problems 10, 11, and 12. I want you to go ahead and press pause. Go ahead and work those out. Make sure that you do the checks as well and write the original equation, and then press play, and we'll check and see how you did. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, we're back. Let's see how you did. On number 10, we're trying to figure out what V is. So that means we need to get V by itself. This is a two-step, which means we have to save this step right here, 3V, until the end. So that means that we need to get rid of this negative 12. So we're going to do the inverse operation, which would be a positive 12 to both sides of the equation. Negative 12 and a positive 12 cancel each other out. We're left with 3V equals 15 plus 12. 5 plus 2 is 7. 1 plus 1 is 2. Okay, and we're getting V by itself. It's almost by itself, but not quite yet. So we have 3V, which is 3 times V. We have to do the inverse operation of multiplication, which is division of 3 to both sides. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 1 times V is V. We have 27 divided by 3, which is 9. Okay, there's our answer. Now let's go ahead and check it and see if it's correct. So I'm going to write the word check. You should have the word written check on your paper. Write the original equation. 3V minus 12 equals 15. And then we're going to go ahead and substitute 9 in for V. So we have 3 times 9 minus 12 equals 15. Perfect. Now we have to simplify this side of the equation. We have multiplication and subtraction. Order of operations states that we have to do the multiplication first. So 3 times 9 is 27 minus 12 equals 15. And then I'm just going to take this off to the side and figure out what 27 minus 12 is. So 7 take away 2 is 5. 2 take away 1 is 1. So it's 15. Hey, 15 equals 15. That's a true statement, which means our answer, V equals 9, is the solution to the original equation, 3V minus 12 equals 15. All right, if you got that right, great job. On to problem number 11. So on problem number 11, we are trying to isolate x and get x by itself. We have 8 plus 5x equals negative 2. Okay, and remember this little bit right here, 5x, we need to keep that together until the very end. Okay, so we need to get rid of this 8. How is the 8 related to x? It's related through addition. So we're going to do the inverse operation, which would be, we're going to subtract both sides of the equation by 8, a negative 8 to both sides. 8 minus 8 is 0. They cancel each other out. So x is one step closer to being by itself, but not quite yet. Okay, so we have 5x equals negative 2 minus 8. So this is a negative and this is also a negative. They have the same sign. So whenever that's happening, what you do is you add the numbers. 2 and 8 is 10, and then you keep the sign, negative. So negative 2 minus 8 is a negative 10. All right, cool. Still trying to get x by itself. We have 5x, which is 5 times x, which means we need to do the inverse operation of multiplication, which would be division. We're going to divide by 5 to both sides. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 1 times x is x equals negative 10 divided by 5. Okay, so here I have a negative divided by a positive. I'm going to go ahead and figure out the signs first. So negative divided by a positive is a negative, and 10 divided by 5 is 2. So I have x equals negative 2. All right, cool. So now I'm going to do the check. I'm going to write the original equation. 8 plus 5x equals negative 2. Okay, then I'm going to substitute this negative 2 in for x. So I have 8 plus 5. And whenever I'm sticking in a negative number into this variable, I'm going to put it in parentheses. Equals negative 2. Okay, then I'm going to simplify over here. I have 8 plus, so I have addition, and then I have multiplication. And order of operations states that I have to do the multiplication first. So I'm going to go 5 times a negative 2. I'm going to do the signs first. So a positive times a negative is going to be a negative. And then 5 times 2 is 10. So it's going to be 8 plus negative 10 or just 8 minus 10, same thing, equals negative 2. All right, we got to simplify this. We have 8 minus 10. 8 is positive, 10 is negative. The signs are different, so we take the difference. So we got to take the difference between 10 and 8. The difference between 10 and 8 is 2. And then we have to figure out the sign of 2. Is it going to be positive or is it going to be negative? I don't know. Let's figure it out. So we look at 8 and 10, which number is bigger. 10 is bigger and 10 is negative, which means our answer is going to be negative. And that is equal to negative 2. So it's a true statement. Woohoo! Okay, that means our answer right here, x equals negative 2, is the solution to the original equation. 8 plus 5x equals negative 2. Cool. All right, on to number 12. We have d over 4 minus 9 equals negative 3. So we're trying to figure out what d is, that variable, and we have to save this little bit right here until the very, very end. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and take care of business. Right here, we have to get rid of this negative 9 or minus 9. Inverse operation of subtraction would be addition. So we're going to add 9 to both sides of the equation. Add it to both sides. Add it to both sides. Oh, I'm sorry for that. Okay, negative 9 plus 9, that cancel each other out. We have d divided by 4 equals negative 3 plus 9. This is a negative. This is a positive. The signs are different, so we got to take the difference. The difference between 9 and 3 is 6. We have to find the sign of 6, so which number is bigger, 9 or 3? 9 is bigger, 9 is positive. That means our answer is going to be positive. Woohoo! Okay, so we're still trying to figure out what d is. We got to get it by itself. It's not quite by itself. It's close, but not close enough. Okay, so we have d divided by 4. We have to do the inverse operation of division, which would be multiplication. We're going to multiply both sides by 4. This is 4 over 1 when we look to cross cancel. These 4s cancel out and become 1. 1 times d is d. Woohoo, we have d by itself. Okay, cool. Then we just do the 6 times 4 bit, which is 24. Okay, cool. Now it is time to check our answer. So I'm going to write the word check. I'm going to write the original equation. D over 4 minus 9 equals negative 3. And then I'm going to substitute 24 in for d. 24 divided by 4 minus 9 equals negative 3. So 24 divided by 4 is 6 minus 9 equals negative 3. And here I have a positive 6 and a negative 9. Positive and a negative, the signs are different, so I got to take the difference between the two. The difference between 9 and 6 is 3, but I got to figure out if it's a positive 3 or a negative 3. I look at 6, I look at 9, which number is bigger? 9 is bigger and 9 is negative. That means that my answer is going to be negative. So there you go. Negative 3 equals negative 3. I just dropped that down. This is a true statement, which means our answer, d equals 24, is the solution to the original equation. If you got that right, great job. I'm so proud of you. Saying, I'm so proud of you. Hey, hey, hey. I'm so proud of you. Say, I'm so proud of you. Hey, 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 hey. Okay, on to problem number 13. This is a story problem. I want to give you a chance to try to read this. Try to figure it out on your own. And by figure out on your own, what I mean is figure out what the variable is, define the variable, find the key information, write an equation, and then solve it. So I'm going to give you time right now to work it out. Do all those things. Press pause, and then come back and check your answer in a little bit. All right, see you in a bit. See you in a bit. Okay, we are back. Let's talk about this problem. Number 13 states an electrician charges $50 to come to your house. He also charges $25 for each hour he spends at your house. The electrician charges you a total of $125. How many hours did he spend at your house? Okay, so everybody knows that, like, electrician, that's somebody that works on the electricity in your house and all the plugs and the wiring and all that type of stuff. I'm sure you guys know that, but I just want to put that out there, okay? So an electrician charges, let's look at let's figure out what's the thing we don't know. And it's usually found in the question at the end. How many hours did he, the electrician, spend at your house? So let's let X equal number of hours electrician spends at house. Okay, cool. There's our variable. Now let's go ahead and identify the key information. It says an electrician charges $50 to come to your house. So if they even just show up at your house, it's $50. It's kind of like a flat fee, okay? So if you call them and they come, you're going to be paying $50. It also says he charges $25 for each hour he spends at your house. So $50 is just him showing up, or her, but it says he, so I guess it's a he. Now, however long they spend at your house, it's going to be $25 for each hour. So $25 for each hour. What do we have for hour? Hour is X, the number of hours. So this 25 for each hour is really just 25X, okay? So we have 25X, and we have 50, right? And then it says the electrician charges you a total of $125. So we have this $125 as well. And the $125, that's the total. That's what everything equals. So all the individual pieces or the expenses of when that electrician showed up, all of that is added together and it equals the total. So what was the first charge? Well, the first charge was the electrician just showing up at your house, and that's $50. If they show up, boom, you got to pay them $50. After that, when they start working, you have to charge them, in addition, $25 per hour. That's 25X. So that's where it's 50 plus 25 per hour, the number of hours that are there. And all of that together, that equals the total amount that you spent, which is $125. Okay, great. At this point, we can go ahead. We defined our variable. We set up our equation. Now we can solve and figure out how many hours the electrician spent at our house. So we're trying to solve and get X by itself. Now, this is a two-step equation. So we have to save this little bit right here until the very end, okay? Which means we're getting rid of this 50. Okay, so how is this 50 related to X? Well, it's related through addition. So we have to do the inverse operation, which would be subtract 50 to both sides of the equation, like so. 50 minus 50 is 0, so that cancels out. We have 25X equals 125 minus 50. 5 take away 0 is 5. 2 take away 5 is not big enough, so we got to borrow that 1. So it's going to be 12 take away 5, which is 7. All right, we're still trying to figure out what X equals. It's not by itself yet. We have 25X, which is 25 times X. So we have to do the inverse operation of multiplication, which would be division of 25 to both sides. And 25 divided by 25 is 1. 1 times X is X. And then 75 divided by 25 is 3. 25 goes into 75 3 times. So that's our answer. X equals 3, which means that the electrician spent 3 hours working at our house. Perfect. So if you got that right, yokiniki mashita, you did a great job. Okay, we will see you next time. All right.